Hey, you made it. That's great. So here you are for workout video number 1. Before we get started, I just want to mention a few quick things to you. So you're here, you're doing these exercise videos, and I want to give you a few tips as to how you can kind of stay on track with your exercise. So there's a few key ways that you can help make sure that you're putting in all this work and that you actually maintain it over time. We know that motivation and apathy can be some non-motor symptoms in Parkinson, so these tricks can be really, really useful. So trick number 1 is to set goals. It's really important if you're exercising that you have goals. Just because you have Parkinson's and because it's a progressive condition doesn't mean that you can't have goals and achieve them. So when you're setting goals, you want to think about a few things. Number 1, you want to make sure they're time sensitive. So give yourself a timeline. I want to do an exercise video every day for the next 30 days. Right? Or I want to walk a mile every day for the next 10 days and I want to be able to do it in this time by the end of those 10 days. Make sure you're specific. Give yourself a timeline and make sure you're specific, right? You want them to be achievable, but you want to know if you've achieved them or not. If I say, I want to get better at exercising, it's really tricky for me to measure whether or not I've achieved that, and I haven't given myself a timeline to know when I want to achieve it by. So set those goals, write them down on a piece of paper, put them up on your mirror so that they're there to remind you every day why you're doing this exercise. The next thing we're going to talk about is finding a buddy. So for these videos, I'm your buddy. That's great. Here I am. When you're doing your other exercises, you're walking or you're biking or going to the gym, it's really useful if you have a buddy, somebody to encourage you and come with you, right? So see if you can find a friend, ask around if there's somebody who's trying to get fit and exercise, or maybe there's someone else in your area who has Parkinson's who wants to join you on the exercise journey that you're going on. So that's a great way to stay motivated. I know that if I have to be there to meet somebody for my walk or my run or my workout, I'm much more likely to get it done. The next thing that will hopefully help you stay accountable is to write a schedule. So if you know that you want to exercise every day, write down what you're going to be doing. You know, day 1, on Mondays, I'm going to work out, watch these videos in the morning at 10 a.m., and that's your workout time, and don't book over top of it. I said in the intro video, you wouldn't miss a dose of your medicine, so don't miss a dose of your exercise. Make sure it's booked into your schedule and it's a priority. So the last thing I would say is if you haven't seen a physio in your area who specializes in Parkinson's, it's a really good way to make sure that you're set up on a Parkinson's plan. Seeing a physio in your area who specializes in Parkinson's can be a really, really useful tool in setting up your healthcare team and setting up your Parkinson's plan to make sure it's going to be successful for you. So the other thing I want to mention before we get started is that every time you see these videos, there's going to be a link below on a different topic that's related to Parkinson's disease. Today, the topic is nutrition in Parkinson's disease. It's a really important topic, and I'm not going to talk too much about it because that's what the links are for, but I've linked to a book and a video by Dr. Laurie Mischley, who's a naturopathic doctor, in Portland, and she is a great resource for nutrition in Parkinson's. So take a peek at those links, and I hope they're useful for you. The last thing I'm going to say is remember, when you're doing these exercises, do them at your level, the level that works for you. You want to challenge yourself, but you always want to be safe. So we're going to get started. The only equipment you need today is a mat and a piece of tape or something that you can draw a little square with on the ground. Okay? So I'll show you that as we go, but let's get started on workout number 1. All right, so for today's workout, we've got 5 exercises. We're going to do them 3 times through. You're going to have a minute of hard work, 30 seconds rest. So we're going to start in a split kneel position with my knee on the mat. I'm going to come up onto this leg. You can touch the ground for balance and then lift and come back down, or you can come all the way up and all the way back down. Okay, join in with me now. Here we go. If you need a chair for balance, like I always say, use it. You can have it beside you as long as it's sturdy to help you up. You can use a couch. You can use whatever's around as long as it's not going to move. Using this standing leg to drive up, my opposite hand is coming up as I go. Okay, we're going to do 30 seconds each leg, so don't switch that leg until I say so. Go at whatever rhythm works for you. Drive with that leg up and balance. You can always touch and then lift, or if touching is enough for you, then just stop there. Okay? That's it. If you need something to help you up, like I said, push on something nearby as long as you're safe to come to standing. Okay, we're going to switch legs. Down, up with the other one, right into that other side. Push up and down. Took you a little bit over 30 seconds there. few seconds of extra work. There we go, down and up. Power through that back leg. I'll show you even trickier version next round in case you want to do that. That's it. We got 5 more seconds on this leg. 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds rest. Take it. The next exercise, I've got my little box. Okay, you can use anything that is a little square that's flat to the ground. Feet are going to start in the box, then they're going to go out, then they're going to go in. Okay? So follow me. Here we go. 1 minute on the clock. So in, out, out. You can step, okay, or you can bounce. The goal with this is to try and go nice and quick with those feet and find a rhythmical pattern that you can maintain for that whole minute. In, out, out. One of the things that I find helps my clients a lot is if they actually say it out loud. In, out, out. In, out, out. That can really help to pattern as you're doing this exercise. Okay? If you have an agility ladder, you can do that. Whatever works, as long as it's flat and you're not going to trip. You got 15 seconds on that clock. In, out, out. In, out, out. Nice and quick. As fast as you can go. Wide to narrow. Very useful to get those feet into a nice wide stance with Parkinson's, right? Wide to narrow, wide to narrow. And rest. Good work. Exercise number 3. This is a balance exercise. So I'm going to start on my heels, lift my toes up, and then come onto my toes. If I show you sideways, my body's staying nice and tall. Okay, I'm not bending at my hips as I go. So I'm going to lift onto my heels and up onto my toes. Heels and toes. Heels and toes. Okay, that's the end of your rest. Join me now. Here we go. 1 minute. So lift those toes up and then come onto those toes. When you come onto the toes, I want you to make sure you feel weight right underneath that big toe as you come up. So don't roll out to the sides. Stay straight onto those big toes and then lift the toes up nice and tall. Balance, right? Learning to challenge that balance as you lift the toes and lift the heels. Very nicely done. So keep that up. Heels to toes. Body is nice and tall and straight. Got another 20 seconds. I know I'm like a broken record, but if you need to hold on to something, hold on to it. That's just fine. Okay, these exercises are supposed to be fun and challenging. If you're doing them at a level that's too challenging, you're not going to enjoy them, and you're not going to want to keep doing them. So find the level that works for you and keep it that. Okay? That's it. 2 and 1. Okay, next exercise. Number 4, we're going to get into a nice wide squat. So my toes are way out and I'm in an extra wide stance. I'm going to push my knees back as I sit my bottom down. It's important that you keep your knees pushing back. You should feel your bum turn on. I'm going to open my hands wide, sink down, pulse my hands back. So we're working on that posture. I'm working on those glutes, which are a really important muscle group for gait, for balance, for everything. Join in with me now. So fingers wide, pulse, pulse, pulse. So you don't have to come all the way forward. Stay nice and far back. Chest is open. Hands are wide. Drop that bum down. Push those knees back. That's it. So you should feel it in your shoulders. You should feel it in your bum. You should be burning. That's it. Now, if you want to make it harder, squat lower. If you want to make it easier, come up a little bit. Okay? For your arms, if you want to make it harder, pulse a little faster. If you want to make it a little easier, slow those arms down. There's always options. Okay? Keep it up. Keep pushing. You got 20 more seconds. Make sure your weight is in your heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes just a little bit. Shoulders are away from your ears. You're almost there. You got 10 seconds to go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Last exercise before we repeat through. There's a tutorial on this one. So go check out the tutorial if you're not sure how to do it to get a little bit of practice. We're going to jump out into a jumping jack and then forward into a step. If you're stepping, out into a jumping jack, forward into a step. Okay? Opposite hand and opposite leg when I come forward. It's a little tricky at first. Don't worry if you can't get the pattern at the beginning. I'll show you some options, how you can see some options, of how you can practice it and break it down in the tutorial. Here we go. Apart, in front. Apart, in front. Keep that pattern going. We got a whole minute of this. See if you can build that pattern from the tutorial, figure it out slowly, and then see if you can manage it for a full minute. Opposite arm comes forward. Very nice. We got 30 seconds left on the clock. If you're stepping, it looks like this. Keep it up, whatever level you're at. Keep that rhythmical pattern going. Forward. That's it. We got 20 seconds left. And then all we got to do is repeat through twice more, and you'll be done. 15 minutes of hard work. It's not so bad. That's it. Challenging your brain, challenging your body. That's it, getting those patterns firing, and rest. Very nice. We're going to repeat through, take your 30 seconds rest, and we'll go again. Okay, I've got my yoga mat back. Hopefully you had a little drink in your 30 seconds rest, and we're back at it again. So into your split kneeling, make sure you're able to get up from here, make sure you're balanced in this position. Into that standing leg, pushing up, driving that knee up, opposite arm comes up, and you're using that hip of your standing leg to come nice and tall. Okay, here we go. So 1 minute, 30 seconds each side. Up and back. Try and find that nice pattern. When I come up, I'm not dropping my chest. I'm nice and tall. Down and up. That's it. Good work. Driving through the heel of the standing leg and squeezing my bum as I come to the top of that movement. That's it. You're used to these exercises a little bit now. You've already done one round. Okay, switch legs. Other leg in front. Here we go. Straight into it. Up and back. Up and back. Get those arms moving. Nice big ranges. When I'm down, my body is tall, right? I'm not rounding forward. I'm tall, pushing up through that standing leg. You got 10 seconds left. You're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, sneak one more in. 1. Good work. We're going to push our mat aside. In, out, out. So find your square or whatever you're using. We're going to put our feet in, nice and wide out. Okay? Remember, we're going for speed here. If you're stepping, that's fine. If you're running, nice and quick, in and out, out. And if you say it out loud, sometimes that can help. Okay? 5 more seconds rest. Take a deep breath. Exhale. And here we go. Okay. In, out, out. In, out, out. In, out, out. In, out, out. Find whatever pace works for you. Keep up that pace. Keep that rhythm up. Drive those feet to move a little faster than they normally do. That's it. Good work. We're starting to build that speed up. Very nice. Like hot potato, the second those feet touch the ground, they lift right back up in that nice pattern movement. Find your rhythm. If you want to put some music on, that helps you build your rhythm, great. Go for it. If you're tired of hearing my voice, put me on mute and just follow along. Keep going. 15 seconds left. Almost there. Very nice. We got a balance one coming up, so you'll get to drop your heart rate down a little bit. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Very nice. So we're going heels to toes now. I'll show you sideways again. Body is nice and tall. Shift your weight back into your heels. Lift your toes up into your toes. Okay, my body is like a board. I'm nice and still, not bending at the hips, not bending at the knees. If you need a wall behind you, if you're nervous, do it with a wall behind you. So if you're nervous about falling back, the wall is there just in case. Okay? You can also do these balance exercises in a corner. That's a really great place to do them if you're feeling a little nervous about your balance. Okay? Here we go. Up onto your toes. Lift your toes off. Up onto your toes. Lift them off. That's it. You want to get full range here, so as high onto those toes as you can get, and as much of a lift as you can get. Up onto those toes, lift them off the ground. That's it. Get your balance. They don't have to be perfect. I don't do them perfectly all the time either. That's okay, right? Have fun with it. Do the best you can. That's what we're here for. Good work. You got 30 seconds left. Up and back, up and back. Keep those toes lifting right off the ground. Belly button is pulled into spine to keep you nice and stable. That's it. Keep it up. We got 2 more exercises left in round 2. And then we got 1 more round, and then you're done. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Take your 30 seconds rest. You can always pause, grab a drink, take some deep breaths. Okay? The next one we're going to do is you're going to do your arm pulses with your wide squat. So toes come out, knees go back. I want you to be able to see your big toe if you look down, right? If your knees are dropping in front, you won't be able to see your toes. Push those knees back, arms come up, shoulders away from ears. Squat down nice and low. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and pulse. Open up those chests. This is a really great exercise for the back of your arms, right? With Parkinson's, we start to get rounded into this position. So we're pulling open, working the back, and lengthening out the front. Pulse those arms back, shoulders away from ears. Look at those hands. Make sure they're both nice and wide open. Keep going. Squat a little lower if you can. That's it. Those glutes should be burning. You got 30 seconds left. Keep it up. I am sweating. You should be sweating too. We're almost there. Good work. We got 20 to go. Pulse those arms. See if you can find a nice, steady rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Almost there. Keep going. Burning is good. If you're getting joint pain, not good. Stop. Any sharp or shooting pain, stop. Okay, if it's just your muscles working hard, that's good. Okay, shake it out, rest. Very nice work. We got our switch jumps. The kicker, the last one. Okay, remember you're stepping, right? Or you're jumping. Whichever version you're doing, you can always switch back and forth too, right? If you can do the first 30 seconds of jumping, that's all you got today, then switch to stepping. There's lots of options, okay? In 5 seconds, deep breath. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Open in front, open in front, open in front. Again, remember, like I said, there's a tutorial on this. If you don't know what's going on and you're thinking this is impossible, go check out the tutorial. I promise you it's not. Lots of my clients who do my 8-week program think this is impossible at the beginning, and they do it great by the end. So practice, 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 right? We don't get anywhere without practicing. So go practice this at home. Well, I guess you're at home probably. Keep practicing this at home. We got 24 more seconds to go. Keep it up. That's it. Do it in front of a mirror if you need. Sometimes that can help as well. If you're stepping, you're still on rhythm, right? If you're stepping, make sure you're still finding that rhythm. Okay? Almost there. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Rest and recover. That was round 2. Done. 1 more round to go. Back at it. So 1 knee down, 1 knee up. I'm going to show you a tricky version if you want on this one. Come up. You have your option 1, step and lift. Your option 2, come straight through. You want to build some power in that leg? Push. Come into a little hop. Only do this if you can balance and you're nice and sturdy and you feel really good with the other versions. Okay? Keep going. We only got another 3 seconds on this leg. 2, 1. Switch legs. Okay, other leg is forward. Back knee on the mat, straight into it. So remember, stepping up, or up and lift, or hopping. Whichever version suits you today. Just because it suited you yesterday doesn't mean it's going to suit you today. Listen to your body and do whatever works for you today. Up and hop, or step and lift. That's it. Let's go. We got a few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Get that mat out of the way. Move on to your square. Okay, we got another 15 seconds of rest. Then we're in, out, out. It's your last round. You know these exercises now. Take a deep breath. 5 seconds. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. In, out, out. That's it. In, out, out. Keep going. If you're stepping, find that rhythm. Okay? If you want to make it harder, lead with your other leg. So in, out, out instead of in, out, out. Okay? If you want to make it harder, lead with your other leg, the one that feels funny. It'll feel very strange the first time you do it. That's okay. Right? Challenge both sides. In, out, out. Find what other rhythm works for you. If you can go nice and quick, go fast and challenge yourself. If that's too hard, slow it down a little. Okay? Keep it up. Whatever level you're at, you got 20 seconds left to go. This should be challenging. It's supposed to be challenging, but you can do it. That's it. 10 seconds left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go to work. Very nicely done. Heels to toes. So I'll face sideways for you again. Remember, lifting those toes, coming up onto the toes. Lifting those toes, coming up. Okay? Should feel the flexibility coming from your ankles. The movement is coming from your ankles, nowhere else. Okay? You got another 10 seconds. Take a deep breath. Whew, you should be tired by now. We got 5 seconds to go. Working your strength, your balance, your coordination, your pattern, your rhythm, all of it, all in one workout. Onto your toes and lift. Onto your toes and lift. If you're really flexing through the hips, then grab a chair, right? Then grab a chair or a wall, because I'd rather you do this exercise properly than try and fight through doing it without support. Right? Quality comes first. Technique always comes first. Lift and lift those toes. Lift and lift those toes. Looks easy, but for those of you doing it, you know it's not. It's trickier than it looks. That's the case with a lot of these. You'll hear that often. Good work. Awesome. Good job. Almost there. You got 10 seconds to go. Last little bit. Lift those toes up and onto those toes as high as you can get. Push, push, push. Up as high as you can get. Good work. We got 2 more exercises to go. We're going to get into that wide, low squat like a sumo wrestler. I don't think I look like a sumo wrestler, but you get the idea. Wide knees. Arms are up. Fingers are nice and wide. Take a peek. Make sure they're both wide. You got 10 seconds to go before we start. So rest. Shake those arms out. Roll those shoulders. Big breath in. Exhale, big breath out. Drink of water if you need it. All in 30 seconds. Okay, here we go. Arms out. Pulse back. Squeeze those knees back so I can just see my big toes. My weight is seated back into my heels. Pulsing those arms back. That's it. Working away. Good job. Very nice. If you want harder, remember, quicker pulses, right? You should feel this working in your bum, in your back of your arms, like we said the first round. Good job. 30 seconds left. Almost there. Pulse those arms back. Lift that sternum, that chest up to the sky. Feel how good that posture feels. Up and tall through that spine. Shoulder blades are down. Space between your ears and your shoulders. That's it. This is the posture we want. This is what we're going to try and replicate when we stand back up. You got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Very nice job. Last exercise of the day. So find whatever you got left. Reset. Second wind here. We're going to do our switch jumps. And then you are done. And it is cool down time. Here we go. You got 14 seconds. Lots of rest. Lots of time to recover. 10 to go. And 5. We are on to our switch jumps. 3, 2, 1. Remember, if you're stepping, go. Looks like this. This is your stepping version. This is your jumping version. Whatever your version is today, find it. Last 45 seconds of hard work. Stay with me. We're almost there. Building those reciprocal patterns, right? Those are very important for gait. So opposite arm, opposite leg, that's an important pattern for walking. With Parkinson's, we start to lose that arm swing. We start to lose that pattern. So you'll see lots of exercises in this series where your opposite arm and opposite leg is a pattern we're looking for. Here we go, 20 seconds left. Almost there, trying to distract you. Hopefully it's working. 15. Keep going. You can do anything for 10 seconds. We got 10 seconds left. That's it, 5. I'm a slow counter. 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Good work. Give yourself a big pat on the back. Very nicely done. Make sure you do a cool down. So I've got a cool down video. Head over there. Don't work out and have your heart rate high and then just stop moving. Not a good idea. Head over to the cool down video. Bring that heart rate down slowly. Get in a little bit of stretching. And we will see you next week for workout number 2. Good work.